Dear students, in our last lesson we discussed the use of poetic devices or figures of speech, and I told you during the course of that lesson that sufficient practice is of utmost importance if you want to master the concept of figures of speech. So today we will do some practice as to how to identify the figures of speech in the given sentences. So number one sentence is, childhood is like a passing dream. Now as we see, we have the comparison between the word childhood and dream, passing dream, and we are using the word like, so it is simile. Simile is used here because simile is the comparison between two dissimilar things by using the words such as, like, than, etc. Number two is, truth sits upon the dying man. Now truth is an abstract noun and it has been personified here. It is as if it were a person. Truth sits upon the dying man, so it is personification. It has been given human traits here. The next is, swiftly flies the feathered death. Swiftly flies the feathered death. Now death too is an abstract noun and it is again personified here. Swiftly flies the feathered death, or we can also say it has been personified here in this sentence and it is personification. Or we can also say it is alliteration. It is alliteration because the letter F is repeated in the line for 2 times. Next sentence is, Rana Pratap was the Lion of India. Rana Pratap has been called the Lion of India. He has been compared to a lion, but without using any words such as like, as, or than, so it is a metaphor. Metaphor here. The next is, there was deafening silence in the class. There is also silence and it is deafening. So 2 contradictory words have been juxtaposed, have been used together in the sentence. So this is oxymoron. The next one is, do you like my new wheels? New wheels means car. And we see that new wheels have been used for the car, and when a part represents the whole, we call that figure of speech metonymy. Metonymy. It is metonymy here. This classroom is a zoo. So it is metaphor here. Because the classroom is compared to a zoo without using the words like, as. It is a direct comparison. So it is metaphor here. He is larger than life. We have the conjunction than, and he has been compared to life. Two dissimilar things are compared here by using the word than, so it is a simile. The next one is, the wind howled. Now the wind is something non-living and it has been given the traits of a living. So here the wind has been personified and the figure of speech used here is personification. The next is Sarah's 7 siblings like to sing. Sarah's 7 siblings like to sing. The S sound has been repeated in 4 words in the sentence. So the repetition of the same sound in 2 or more words in a sentence is called alliteration. So this is alliteration. The figure of speech or the poetic device used here is alliteration. The next one is she looks pretty awful. She is pretty as well as awful. So we are juxtaposing the 2 contradictory words. That means we are using together the 2 words which have opposite meaning, and the use of 2 opposite meaning, 2 words having opposite meaning in a sentence is called oxymoron. The next is opportunity is knocking at his door. Now, who knocks at one's door? Obviously a person, but here opportunity, which is an abstract noun, has been given the human traits. It has been referred to here as a person who is knocking at somebody's door, and in this way it has been given human traits, so it is a personification. Opportunity, the word opportunity is personified. So it is personification here. He is a busy idler. Now, who is an idler? An idler is a person who does nothing, but he is busy also. So again, 2 words having opposite meanings have been juxtaposed. So juxtaposition of 2 words having opposite meaning is called oxymoron. The next one is time flies like an arrow. Now, time has been compared to an arrow by using the word like, and the comparison between 2 different things here, time and arrow, by using the words of word like is what we call simile. Because the comparison between 2 similar things by using the words like, as, then, such, etc. is called simile. So the figure of speech used here is simile. I have a ton of work to do. Now, ton of work means much work, but my quantum of work has been exaggerated to a higher limit. So here it is exaggeration, overstatement, or what we call hyperbole. Peace hath her victories no less renowned than war. Now, this is a famous quote by John Milton, the one of the greatest poets in English language. Here, peace has been given the feminine gender. We are using her. Peace has been personified as if it were a person. Otherwise, peace is an abstract noun. So it is a personification. Peace has been personified as a feminine gender. The next and the last sentence here is, I loved Ophelia, 40,000 brothers couldn't with all their quantity of love make up my son. This is a famous quote by Hamlet, the Prince of Denmark, in the play Hamlet by William Shakespeare in Act 5. Now, here the Prince of Denmark, Hamlet, declares his love for his beloved Ophelia, and he says that his love for Ophelia is more than that of the love shown by the 40,000 brothers. Their love can't make up the sum equal to his love for her. So now we can't have 40,000 brothers. So this is simply exaggeration or overstatement, and we say that here hyperbole as figure of speech is used. So these are some of the sentences where we pointed out the figures of speech used, and as I told you in my earlier lesson, you need to do a lot of practice to master the art of pointing out or using the figures of speech, poetic devices or literary devices in the poetry or prose. Thank you.